I'd like to welcome you to the world of anthracite coal and anthracite automatic feed stoves and furnaces. Anthracite is produced in northeast Pennsylvania. It's smokeless and basically odorless. Burns as clean as natural gas. Heat Incorporate's the name of our company. We're located on Jefferson Avenue in Washington, Pennsylvania, which is at the junction of Interstate 79 and Interstate 70 in western Pennsylvania, not very far from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's our phone numbers, and here's our website. We market Redding self-feeding stoves and furnaces, Key Stoker stoves, furnaces, and boilers. Now these are all automatic, thermostatically controlled units. And then we supply the fuel, Redding anthracite coal, both bag products and bulk products. We have numerous yards located throughout the Pittsburgh metropolitan area. Of course, we have a yard in Washington where we're located. The yard's actually at Russell Brothers down the street. Crystal Landscaping in Mars, Pennsylvania. Rock, Mulch, and More on 980 going south into McDonald, Pennsylvania. Rich Farms on 857 in Fayette County, not very far from Morgantown or Uniontown. And then right on the Butler-Lawrence County line on Route 422, 1 mile west of Interstate 79 off of exit 99. Our typical customer has a 3-bedroom house, 2,000 square feet, built in the last 30-40 years with thermal pane windows, normal insulation, and typically they use about 3 tons of anthracite coal a season to heat their house. Now 3 tons of anthracite coal is equivalent to 500 gallons of fuel oil or 850 gallons of propane. So you can do the math. Right now, today, that 3 tons of coal costs about $720 to $750 a year to heat the house. Obviously, if you're heating with fuel oil and it's over $3 a gallon, you're up over $1,500 and maybe even approaching $2,000. Propane, same thing, you're up over $2,400 to $3,000 depending on the price of the propane. So you can see there's substantial savings there, plus there's substantial savings over electricity as well. Okay. This piece of anthracite, by the way, I picked this up out of an anthracite mine back in 1980. I've had it ever since, and as you can see, anthracite is different than soft coal. Harder and shinier and cleaner. This is an energy comparison chart Heat Incorporate has posted on their website. We update this periodically every couple months. It's based on Washington, Pennsylvania energy cost. But real quick, you can see this is bulk anthracite down here, bagged anthracite, corn, wood pellets, natural gas, fuel oil, electric, then propane. And all I want to do here is just let you know that this data is available to you online at our website. Continuously, and you can plug in the math yourself depending on what heat source you have. This lists the quantity of that fuel that you need to make 1,000,000 BTUs. This is the current cost, the dates listed, of that fuel. For example, fuel oil 7.2 gallons at $3.49 a gallon comes out to $25.13 per million BTU. And you can do the same with the other units. And so you can plug in your own numbers if their costs are different than what our cost is. This gives you an idea of what the payback would be on switching to smokeless anthracite coal. Heat Incorporated is located in Washington, Pennsylvania, and we marketing Reading anthracite coal products in the Pittsburgh metropolitan area. And we sell 4 products, 2 bagged products and 2 bulk products. The nut coal, this is your nut coal, 3/4 by 1.5 inch, that's used in hand-fed units, can be used in a wood/coal stove or the old type coal furnaces. Burns smokeless. We sell it both bulk, loose, or bag. Then the other 2 products we sell is the rice coal. This is 3/16 by 5/16 for automatic feed units. And it doesn't have to be Reading. It could be Reading, Key Stoker, Harmon, Alaska. This goes on and on. There's a number of automatic units out there that burn the rice coal. Again, we sell both loose or bulk and bag. Okay. The bag product comes either 1 bag at a time, or you can buy a pellet of bags, which is 40 50-pound bags on 1 pellet, which equates to a ton. We got 5 locations right now and adding additional locations throughout the Pittsburgh metropolitan area, serving Fayette, Washington, Lawrence, Beaver, Butler, and soon to be in Westmoreland County. And of course Allegheny County, the surrounding areas of Allegheny County. Alright, we're going to show you how to get your burner set up with coal to get ready to start it. This is inside the stove where the coal burns. The coal starts burning at the first set of air holes. Then this is the back of the stove. And this is the hopper area where the coal lays down on the plate. And what we're going to do is we're going to jiggle this plate behind the stove to push the coal down onto the burner and get a nice level layer of coal on the stove for you to start it up. So you go behind the stove. Again, this is the back of the stove, this is the hopper. Go behind the stove, grab the carpet plate and just jiggle it. And that'll push the coal down on the burner, and when you hear it falling in the ash pan, you know you have enough coal on the burner. Then you go back, open up the door on the stove, come in, lay your starter block on the cast iron burner and shove it up underneath the coal so the top edge of the block is up even with the first row of air holes. Then make sure you have at least a 1/2 inch of anthracite rice coal top of the starter block. Have your wick down on the lower left corner so you can light it. Once you light that wick, you close the door real quick, because when the wick goes down into the starter block, you can get a flash when the starter block starts, and it could actually flash out onto you and give you a burn. So we're going to show you how to adjust the heat output of your Reading automatic feed stove. You go behind the stove. Again, this is the hopper area. Come down here, and right in here there is a red tab that you adjust. It's threaded on this rod, and you adjust it to either increase the stroke or you decrease the stroke. As you increase the stroke, you will increase the amount of fire on the burner, and obviously as you increase that fire, you'll increase the heat output, and then you could decrease it. The thing you do is, if you want to increase the heat, you go to the left side, come back, grab this red tab, and pull it towards you and flip it over the top one rotation. Now, one rotation will make a significant difference in the amount of heat that you put out. If you want to decrease the amount of heat, then you go to the right side, pull the red tab towards you, and flip it over the top. And now the red tab is being threaded towards the stove, which decreases the stroke. So it's real simple, but keeping oriented. Left side of the stove increases the heat, right side of the stove decreases the heat. Now, when you go to make an adjustment on the stove, first thing you do is you want to look in the door and see how much fire you have. And if you have a certain amount of fire and you want to increase it, I suggest you increase it one rotation. Increase the red tab one rotation. Come back in about an hour later and see how much more fire you have. And that'll give you an idea if one rotation or two rotations is what you need to increase the amount of heat out of your unit. Just to make sure you understand where the red tab is, it's this little tab sticking here. It's threaded, so it'll rotate. Obviously, one way it'll go towards the stove, shorten this stroke. The other way it comes out, pushes the plate out farther and increases the stroke. Increased stroke means increased heat. This is your barometric damper. All our units, we highly recommend installing a barometric damper on the flue, where the hot gases come off the stove to either go out to the chimney or go out through a power vent. In this case here, the flapper is controlled by the weight setting, and the one scale, this scale here, is for vertical mount. If you would happen to have to mount it horizontal, of course you rotate everything horizontal, take the weight and put it on the other scale. Both these scales are marked. One's marked with the V in the back and the other one's marked with an H. V being vertical, H being horizontal. The weight, you just loosen it, slide it up and down, and there's numbers. Starts with a 2 out at the end, goes back to an 8. On the reading units, they're supposed to be set between 2 and 4. We recommend pretty much setting it at 4. Now that represents 0.04 inches of water draft. That's not a lot of water draft. The idea is, under different weather conditions, you can your draft on your chimney can increase on you. When it goes beyond 0.04, this plate will start to open up and take the excess draft through this plate, from the room, and put it up the chimney, rather than suck the hot gases out of your stove and lose the heat that you're generating in your stove. So this unit here helps to make your stove a lot more efficient than it would be without a barometric damper.